You are in cruise flight. Everything is normal. On the engine warning display, the message Engine 1 Fire with the associated procedure is displayed. The illuminated fire push-button switch on the fire panel and the fire light on the engine panel confirm this indication. The system display shows the corresponding page with the nacelle temperature pulsing. The pilot flying maintains control of the aircraft and asks you, as pilot non-flying, to perform the ECAM actions. According to the general task sharing, the pilot flying remains responsible for the thrust levers. After confirmation from the pilot non-flying, he sets thrust. Engine 1 is spooling down. Engine 2 is accelerating to compensate for the thrust loss. You now have exactly the same situation as for an engine failure. So the pilot flying sets the thrust lever 2 to MCT. Continue ECAM action. After having switched Engine 1 off, the after Engine 1 shutdown procedure is shown on the engine warning display. Since the IP and HP valves close and the generator is no longer operating, air bleed and electrical are shown as secondary failures. After the engine has been switched off, you can now go ahead and take care of the fire itself. To be able to push the Engine 1 Fire push button, you have to do something that is not part of the ECAM procedure. Lift the Engine 1 Fire push button guard. Push the Engine 1 Fire push button switch. When released, the fire push button switch arms the squibs, shown by the white indications, closes fuel, hydraulic, bleed and pack valves of Engine 1. For this reason, the hydraulic system is added to the secondary failure list. Simultaneously, an automatic countdown is started on the ECAM. This is in order to allow the engine to further slow down in order to increase the effectiveness of the agent. The next line of the ECAM procedure calls for the discharge of the fire extinguisher bottle. Go ahead and perform the ECAM action. No, put. The discharge light illuminates on the Agent 1 push button. This means the fire extinguisher bottle is depressurized. It's now time to inform ATC. Since there is no feedback to the FWC, this line will not disappear. All indications confirm that the fire is still burning. A second countdown now starts. This one is 30 seconds long, in order to give the first agent enough response time. If at any time the fire stops, the Engine 1 fire message will disappear. Agent 1 managed to extinguish the fire. The countdown for Agent 2 stopped immediately. Notice, the Engine 1 fire push-button switch is no longer illuminated. The fire light on the engine panel is now off. The engine fire procedure on the ECAM has disappeared. Land ASAP has changed from red to amber. Since the next steps are part of different chapters, we will stop here and proceed with the next failure. You managed a safe landing and changed the aircraft. Now you are back in cruise, everything is normal, but unfortunately, on the engine warning display, the message, "Forward cargo smoke," with the associated procedure is displayed. Simultaneously, a red smoke light on the cargo smoke panel illuminates, and the cond page is displayed on the system display. The forward cargo isolation valves are closed automatically. If this had not happened, the corresponding line would have been added to the ECAM procedure. Go ahead and perform the ECAM action. Notice that both discharge lights illuminate. This is because there is only one fire extinguisher bottle for both cargo compartments. It means there is no fire agent left for a possible aft cargo smoke warning. Note, expect the smoke warning to remain after agent discharge, even if the smoke source is extinguished. Gases from the smoke source are not evacuated, and smoke detectors are sensitive to the extinguishing agent.